The conflict in West Asia is taking a dangerous turn. This is no longer a proxy battle. America is making preparations for direct military intervention. The Biden administration has issued orders. In the coming days, U.S. troops will strike a range of Iranian targets in two countries, Syria and Iraq. And Washington admits that this is a dangerous moment.
So this is a dangerous moment in the Middle East. We will continue to work to avoid a wider conflict in the region. But we will take all necessary actions to defend the United States, our interests, and our people. And we will respond when we choose, where we choose, and how we choose.
They know it is dangerous. They know it could lead to a new, bigger war, but America is going ahead anyway. So what is this operation going to be like? The U.S. has not revealed the specifics or the scale and scope of it. All that we know right now is this: they will strike multiple targets over a number of days. And what are these targets? Facilities and personnel linked to Iran. These could be militia forces, groups that are funded, armed, and trained by Iran's Revolutionary Guard force. And will the U.S. put any boots on the ground? Well, they already have troops in the region, but it's unlikely that they'll mobilize forces for this operation, at least not immediately. And when do they plan to strike? Reports say a lot depends on the weather. They want clear skies for better visibility to avoid striking civilians. So safe to assume that drones could be deployed for this operation. But why does the U.S. feel the need to conduct an operation like this? To avenge the death of their soldiers. On Sunday, there was an attack. An American outpost was targeted in Jordan. It is called Tower 22. It's a logistics hub in Jordan, close to the borders with Iraq and Syria. There are about 350 U.S. officers there. On Sunday, they were struck by a drone. 3 American soldiers died, another 34 were wounded. So it was a major strike, and it has put pressure on Joe Biden. He is facing demands to deliver a strong retaliatory response against what they call radical groups backed by Iran. In fact, they're after a specific group. Listen to this.
We believe that the attack in Jordan was planned, resourced, and facilitated by an umbrella group called the Islamic Resistance in Iraq.
The Islamic Resistance of Iraq, that's the group the Americans are after. It is an umbrella group covering all Iran-backed militias in Iraq. But they aren't the only ones attacking American troops. Since October last year, U.S. forces have faced multiple attacks in the region. In Syria and Iraq alone, U.S. bases have been targeted 160 times. They're battling what's called the Axis of Resistance. It's a military alliance built by Iran to push back against Americans and Israelis. Now, there's a large network of militia spread out across this region in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Gaza, and Yemen. Right now, this entire region is a hotspot. Missiles have been raining here. Since October last year, the U.S. has struck 3 countries, Yemen, Syria, and Iraq. And how many strikes in all? At least 61. These strikes were supposed to be for deterrence. They wanted Iranian proxies to stop targeting American troops. But the attacks continue, unabated. And where is Iran in all of this? Will it be sucked into this war? How much control does Iran have on these proxy groups, and can it stop their attacks? So far, the response from Tehran has been measured without alienating these groups. It is distancing itself from their actions. When American troops were attacked in Jordan, Iran was quick to declare that it did not order the strikes. And then again, Tehran reminded Washington that it was not looking for war.
The common chapter between you and us is that we know each other. You know that we do not leave any threats unanswered. While we are not looking for war, we are not afraid of war, and we do not run away from it.
Now, the war may be coming to them. Tehran issued a warning today. It came from the president himself, Ebrahim Raisi. He said, and I quote, "We have said many times that we will not be the initiator of any war. But if a country, a cruel force, wants to bully the Islamic Republic of Iran, we will respond firmly." That is a message to the United States. The attack in Jordan could be a turning point, really. America's political climate is dictating Biden's response. It is an election year for him. The president wants a second term. He cannot afford to appear soft on Iran, which explains the pace and direction of his response. Once U.S. forces fire those missiles, there is no turning back. The situation could spiral quickly. It could lead to an all-out clash between the U.S. and Iran.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.